It feels kind of weird to be in here, honestly. And let me tell you why.
Baby, why can't you sleep at night? Tell me lies, I just want to know the truth. Do or die, is it me or is it you?
In today's video, we're going to be talking about the truth about my Hawkeye WRX and why I haven't been driving it, why I've only been posting throwback photos with it. It's probably been about pretty much since the Weekfest show that I've actually driven this car. I drove around the block and it wasn't good, I guess, to say the least. So to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with the car, I previously thought a few videos ago that I blew my head gasket. So I did a little combustion gas test and it came back negative. It didn't show any signs of there being any combustion gases inside the coolant system, which is pretty much what I thought it was going to be. And once I did that test, I kind of negated that out. But unfortunately, the same symptoms came back, and let me tell you what those are. So as I was driving the car to do a little test run after I bled the whole system and I kind of negated the fact that it'd be a head gasket, as I finished my drive, I came home. And once I got home, I opened up the overflow, which is up in the front of the engine bay, and it started to overflow again. It started to look like it was kind of bubbly or foamy. And those signs typically mean a head gasket. Now, I don't want to do the same test that I did previously with that little combustion chamber tester, with that little test that pulls a vacuum and you can kind of see if it changes from blue to yellow. I think what I'm actually going to unfortunately have to do is take it to a shop, although I really don't want to, obviously, because I want to try to do everything myself. But I don't have the tooling that I want to use. I want to do a coolant pressure test and see if the coolant system can actually hold the pressure. Pretty much what I think you do is you put like 15 pounds of air or whatever your cap is rated to. You get the special little fitting, you throw some air into it, and it will actually show you if there's a significant leak in your whole coolant system. A leak meaning like a blown head gasket, and I think that's where air is getting introduced into my system, therefore the foaming in the overflow. Now, unfortunately, I'm actually leaving for a family vacation in about 30 minutes here, but I thought I can put together a little video to give you guys an update because this thing has definitely been in the dark. It's extremely dirty. It literally has spider webs on it. Like, can we understand? Look how embarrassing this is. I literally feel like I haven't even been myself with this car not working. Like, I felt like I'm not even Alexander Vargas. Like, this, it doesn't feel right. I've been like super sad about it, and I didn't really want to make this video. Obviously, I wanted to get it fixed. But again, something that I tried to stay true to is show you guys the negatives and also the positives of building a car. There is obviously a lot of negatives that probably a lot of people don't show you, but I want to kind of show you everything. I built this engine myself. I want to fix it myself and show you guys the process and show you what it actually takes to have, like, I guess you could say, a car at this level or even an engine build at this level. You know, things do happen and people obviously make mistakes. So maybe I made a mistake on the assembly of it. I'm not necessarily too sure yet. It just seems a little weird for it to be a head gasket so soon. I upgraded all the hardware. It's ARB head studs, ARB case bolts. So the only way that I could think that would happen is maybe I over revved the car and those head bolts stretched, and once it's stretched, obviously the head will be warped, and therefore obviously whatever air will be introduced, you could blow a head gasket and stuff like that. So that's kind of what it seems like it's like. I just kind of don't want to believe it pretty much because it's obviously going to suck to rebuild my engine again. But you know, it's the name of the game, and if I'm going to have to do it, then I'm going to have to do it, unfortunately. But I think it'd be kind of cool, obviously, to show you guys. I obviously have a lot more subscribers than I did previously on my first go around in the engine build. So obviously a lot of people can learn from the mistakes that I did. And we can all kind of learn together. I got to rip out the engine again and do a little rebuild. Obviously maybe resurface the heads and stuff like that. But before I get too ahead of myself and rip out my engine, like I said, I want to make 100%, like 150% sure that it is in fact my head gasket that's blown. So what I'm gonna have to do when I get back from my vacation is I'm gonna take it to a shop. I'm gonna get a coolant pressure test. If that doesn't come back like a full positive, like, hey, it's your head gasket, then I gotta maybe talk to a shop and someone that has more experience and kind of get something that's gonna show me that it's 100% a head gasket. But in the meantime, just to kind of tell you guys my whole theory and what I'm gonna do on my end to kind of see what's causing this is, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete my AOS. Now let me tell you why. There was one shop that told me that when running a AOS that has coolant running through it, it's higher than the highest point in the whole cooling system. So he was trying to say that you might have some weird cooling system symptoms while running this eventually, and it didn't really make sense to me in the beginning. It still doesn't really make sense to me now, but it's something that I'm willing to try. So I think what I'm going to do is actually going to delete the AOS, or actually just bypass the AOS for the whole coolant running through that whole system and see if that helps. Or possibly there was someone saying that air could be getting introduced somewhere in the heater core area. I don't even know what that means, to be honest. But obviously coolant runs through there as well. So I'm trying to figure out at what point does air get introduced, because it was weird, because when I was bleeding my system, the air eventually stopped. The bubbles eventually stopped, which just seems weird. If my head gasket was blown, I would think there would be constant air getting into the system at all times. You know what I mean? Because that's a mechanical failure. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused on this whole thing. I maybe just probably am trying to convince myself that it's not a head gasket and I don't want my Subaru to be blown up. But like I said, it's the name of the game, and if I gotta rebuild it, I gotta rebuild it. So if you guys have any advice for me, one of you guys had some advice on the wagon. You guys actually helped me fix it with the PCV. So if there's anything else you guys think I could check, or anything else that you think it could be besides a head gasket, make sure you let me know in the comments down below. Send me some love, send me some support, because your boy has been down. Super sad about the whole situation, but gonna go on a nice little vacation with the fam for a few days, and then obviously come back and get straight to it. This is my number1 priority now. Any videos coming forward, it's going to be on the Hawkeye 100%. I'm just saying this out loud so I make myself do it. Because obviously I want to get this thing back on the road. I want to get it ready to go for Subi Fest SoCal, because of course ya boy is going to come down to the SoCal area, be there for a few days, go to Subi Fest, because last time I was there we got second. Hopefully this time coming in we can maybe place again, hopefully get first. I have a few modifications coming in, one coming from Japan actually, so it'll be my first actual imported Japanese part. That will be pretty sick. I'm really stoked on that. That should be here before Subi Fest. And also changing up the outside of the car yet again, to do a more aggressive look on it. So I think you guys will really enjoy that. I hope you guys are excited for the videos to come. Also a quick touch on videos to come. I know I am known for the guy that just works on Subarus, and of course I love Subarus, and I'm never probably gonna ever get rid of that love, that deep love for Subarus. But I really want to explore other platforms of cars, like S chassis. It'd be cool to do a drift build, or a Honda build, like a turbo build. You guys have been seeing me post stuff on Instagram of different kind of builds, even Evos. I love Evos, Evo 10, 8, 9, whatever you want. So that's what I'm actually going to start doing, as I'm going to start introducing those kinds of builds and hitting people up that have those kinds of cars. I really want to make videos with you guys. I don't just want to make videos on Subarus, although like I said, obviously I know those videos do the best and you guys enjoy those, but I really think you guys should kind of open your eyes and see different platforms like how I'm starting to see them. And a lot of different cars can serve a lot of different purposes, and it's actually really cool. Once you start getting into different genres of cars, you'll see and start to appreciate these other builds, which I'm really starting to do. I feel like I'm starting to mature, I guess, in my car mind, if you want to say that. And it is really cool experiencing other cars. Like I did a review on a Z4M, and I never thought I would really enjoy that car. It was supercharged. It was really cool. Although the video didn't do that well, I enjoyed making the video so much. So I'm going to obviously continue to make videos that I want to make. And I just want you guys to kind of maybe give it a shot. And if you see me upload a video on something that's not a Subaru, if you could do me a favor and just click on the video. I'm trying to put a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of time into the editing. So if you guys could show me some support on that, I would actually really appreciate it. I think that's all I got for today. I actually probably got to head out right now because my family's waiting for me. I'm freaking sweating because it's a million degrees. I don't know why I have a hoodie. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.